Hey, it's Glenn here today to tell you why Zestimates suck. And I'm kind of picking on Zillow here. It's really not just Zillow and the Zestimates. You see these on Realtor.com, Trulia, some of the big brokerages even have on if you go on their website, it'll give you like an estimated home value for homes that are off the market right now. And just to give you a little story, a little background on this and kind of proof that these things are so far off. A couple of years ago, me and Jackie refinanced our own personal home. And, when you do that, you have to have an appraiser come out and put an appraised value on it. So I did my own valuation on the home, and me and the appraiser were within a couple $1,000s of each other. No big deal, right? But just for fun at that time, I looked up the Zestimate on Zillow to see where it was, and I found it to be around $70,000 off at that time, which is crazy. I mean, it's not even in the ballpark, right? So if you're using Zillow or whatever website or app, and just trying to get a ballpark idea, really that's not even in the ballpark. That's just so grossly off that it doesn't really help you with anything. So I suggest not even looking at those numbers. They can be comical sometimes, especially for us realtors. So just to give you an idea on why I think they're so far off, I mean, I don't know their algorithm and how all that works 100%, but if you look at some certain areas, even if they're taking homes around a similar size, so look at this area over here in West Kennewick. I searched homes that have sold recently, all around 2,000 square foot, and then kind of within this 1 mile radius or area right here. And we have one that sold for $265,000, another one that sold for $340,000, and another one that sold for $388,000. So quite a big disparity between all of those things. So there's a lot of things that can affect a home's value, right? The year that it was built, the area, even neighborhood to neighborhood. You can have one neighborhood where there's a bunch of stucco, custom built homes, kind of all, upper level homes, higher finishes, all that stuff, maybe a little bit bigger yards. Then you get another area where it's kind of more production homes, T111 siding, maybe built a little bit quicker, maybe not as many upgrades in it, stuff like that. And that can be in even older neighborhoods too, not just new construction and everything. So that's just kind of one area of West Kennewick where I found that. And then another area where I see the Zestimates being really, really far off is like South Richland, West Cliff area, some of the homes where there's really amazing views and stuff like that can really affect a home's value. And again, you're getting into these custom homes where, all the homes are nice, but you might have one that just has a ton of elaborate finishes inside, and then another one, while still very, very nice, might not have quite all of the details in it and all of the upgrades in it. So to, look at just the square footage and just the year built and put them together, it might not be an accurate home value. I think that's how a lot of these get so far off. I see, or sometimes just look at comments that people are making online and stuff. And I think there's this misconception that realtors hate Zillow because we think they're out to take our jobs or whatever. And I know some people think that. Not something I'm super concerned and worried about. But I think for now, your best bet is getting a realtor to see what your home value is and get a better estimate that way. Most of us can do it pretty quick and give you like a 1-day turnaround time, at least get you in the ballpark without having to look at these numbers and get grossly off. And the thing that I think most, at least me as a realtor, the thing that I hate about the Zestimates and all these websites is it really sets people up for terrible expectations. So just an example, if your house is really worth $300,000 and the Zestimate says it's worth $350,000, $375,000, something crazy, then you're kind of thinking in your head, wow, I can get $375,000 for my home. Well, then you get brought down to reality once you start working with a realtor, and it's just kind of disappointing. Especially if you thought you might be able to get that and you kind of have some ideas in your head of what you could do with the money if you get that much for your home. Then on the opposite end of the spectrum, what if one of the websites or apps says your home is worth $250,000, but it's really worth $300,000? And you're looking at that going like, geez, I don't even know if we should even try to sell right now. It looks like everything else has gone up, but for some reason our home value's not quite there. So yeah, not a big fan of the Zestimates or other websites. Again, not just picking on Zillow, but there's a lot of them. So at least at this point, 2018, your best bet for finding your home value is to work with a realtor. So there'll be some information below this video. If you need your home value in Tri-Cities, Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, West Richland, or any of the outlying areas, we'd be glad to help. All right, thanks for